Hi, you guys. I hope you have a really nice day. I wasn't expecting to get on here. I've been outside under my tree. I'm kind of dusty, and I think I swung in my swinging chair under the tree for about 2 hours, and the sun was right out in front of me. Perfect weather and breezy. It was beautiful. I didn't want to come in, but I did, and there are some things that have been coming to me past couple days. This has been a really informative week. A change going on in my life, and I figure if it's going on in my life, it must be for others too. Today, usually I start with, do the angelic or the light workers. Today, I was drawn to this is part of what. Hang on a minute. Let me take a breath. Okay. Trying to think of where to start this from. The changing I am feeling. I hope you can hear me okay. It's like something swapped. It's like all this time we've been healing. And that which we've been healing, the us that we've been healing, that was on the other side of the mirror, I feel like it's been switched. Like we're in the mirror looking out now. So if you're drawn to, there seems to be a draw going maybe back to what you might have thought of before, or something you wanted to try or understand. Whether the frequency might change, whether it's higher or lower. You might be hesitant, whatever it is. I feel like it's something that, for myself, needs to be tried again. Thought about more. It also brought me to go to the shaman deck, oracle deck. Mystical Shaman Oracle. Alberto I'm not sure how to say that. Hang on a minute. Put my glasses. My spectacles. Okay, Alberto Villoldu. Not sure if I'm saying that right. Villaldu? Sorry if I'm like killing your name here. Okay, don't mean to do that. Colette Baron Reed and Marcella Lobos. It's hard to see this in here. Okay, now I haven't used this deck for a while. I used to like using it, but I stopped using it for a little bit because I was, using like what's thought of as the higher frequencies as we're going up further. And this is no put down to the deck or the people or any of that, because they work with the earth. So, but I was trying to get that higher frequency in to the reading, excuse me. So I started pulling it. I already have a couple cards pulled out. And I had, just in this split, like it's like everything is like opposite for me. So maybe it is for you too, if you're trying to figure out what's going on. Like just in this split, I was getting the Child and the Seer. A 7 and a 9. Since 7 is that connection. Oh, hang on a minute, let me pause that. Okay, so you come in, hang on. Okay. bring these back into balance here. Okay, so I got the child and the seer. Seer. The seer is a 45, which comes to the 9, which is ending the cycles again. For me, there's a lot been going on this week. And then the child, which is 7. You know, it's a connection, and 7's used a lot all the time in the spirit and God, and your connections, your gifts, spiritual gifts. And then I did shuffled, and then I got a wild woman and the sorcerer. So you have the seer and the sorcerer. The masculine and feminine. Right? In a sense, it's masculine and feminine. Okay, sorcerer is 48. Which comes to 12, which comes to 3. Connection with spirit. And the wild woman, 62, is 8, which is that flow and abundance, and flow comes to me most out of this, because the wild woman is pulling herself out of what may be keeping her bound, so she gets that flow back. She's getting back her flow. She went from the child to now the wild woman, pulling out of that. And then came up many paths, 34. We get 34 a lot, don't we? Or I do. It looks like the TP, but there's many paths to choose from. 34 being a 7 again. And then the crow. It's a 13, which is 4. That's building new foundations, balance. Which, when I was out there in my swing, I had a crow out there talking to me. Which is one of the reasons why I went toward the deck, this deck. And then 52, stand still. Like, I see this, and it makes me think of another reading I'd done under LadyLakeAwakening. And I kept getting up out of the mountain, coming up out of the mountain, coming out of the, that cave towards the light, toward the top, toward the light. Look at it, it comes through the doorway. And there's a couple titled with the mountain, or coming up out of the mountain. There's another one, they're over the mountain. And then Jaguar, came up to 28, which is 10, which is leaving back, what we were releasing to go into the new cycle. So also, this is the moon, and it always looks like, I always feel like it was like a blocking or protecting. It used to look like earth to me, but there's a blue right here, and it's like it's holding everything still. I guess is one way to put it. So, which is interesting, because this card came up, and this is also a 10. Corn. Whoops, sorry, I'm trying to. Corn. The corn. Like, it makes me think of a harvest type of card. The sun. The sun is very prevalent for this card. But this card always makes me think of Like you see these ears of corn. To me, they look like beans. And it looks like they're going up to the door and back down. And then they go back up to the, what looks like to me, a door. And they keep going back and forth. So you may have been feeling like this for quite a while. You may have been feeling blocked. Whether it was for your own good or not. And the moon's coming up here. And then we had the standstill before that. And the crow got a bag on its wing. To me, that shows, you know, going somewhere. Going to the particular direction. And he's got the moon. I take that as the moon with the crow. Again, we have the moon. And then we have the many paths. That goes like that back and forth. So if you've been having a time at trying to figure out, you know, where do you want to go? And this isn't, I understand this because there's so much to learn. There's so much you want to do, and you don't want to go this way because you don't want to miss what might be that way, and, you know, and vice versa. So that's where this up and back and forth goes. And there are 5 crows in the car here, or blackbirds. I'll take it as crows, which is change. Change is coming. Change, a change happened. Releasing oneself, that wild woman. What? Like these little tiny, like strings, what it looked like, but like holding her hands and all, and she's releasing them. She's smiling too. She's like, which came on the other side with the sorcerer. See, I think the sorcerer, which comes to a 3, I think helped her. I think the sorcerer actually helped. That moon side, that dark, shadowy side. You know, that black big kitty. The black crow and the moon. That which is considered for many the shadow side. The inner self helped. And then the other split had the child, which is what it started out as. And I always see somebody sitting next to her. I don't know if you see it, but it looks like, see their arm? Oh my God, that makes me think, oh, okay, that just made me think of something that happened to me this weekend. See her arm coming down, and her hand, or their hand, and a shoulder. This is the body, and then there's like spirit, that other self. Whether this is the inner self or outer self, because you're talking about the child. And then you have the seer that came out with the child, which is the 9. So that's an ending of cycle in a way. So it's like moving to start learning about that inner part that we were trying to heal is now coming forward, that we can learn about it, about that side of ourselves now that we've healed it, or we've mostly healed it. This is the way I take it. There's a shift. It's like I'm looking out of the mirror. I'm looking out of the mirror. I'm in the mirror looking out at reality. So it's like something was switched around. So we can see our real self, so to speak, who looks back in the mirror at ourselves. So I got coyote and wind on that split. Let's see what comes out that they want to come out. the circle. The circle, that makes sense, okay. The circle is also with community, which we've been getting both sides. The seer, the sorcerer, the child, the wild one, the big kitty, the crow. Going back and forth up that door near the top of the sun there. I was also seeing things as if I was looking from above, looking below. Like seeing things from above, looking down. So everything just shifted to our opposite of ourselves, maybe, the way I want to put it. So we can now learn about that. But it's kind of in a different way than before. It wasn't just healing it, it's more than that now. Maybe becoming friends. Better friends with us. The vision quest. So I got the circle. See all the hands, unity. It can be family, it can be spirit, it can be directions, it can be a community of that you're with or that you're joining with. I don't know, maybe it's yourself, all you different selves coming together. And it's talking about the vision quest. Number 60. 60 for me is family and friends and balance and you know, it's good, it's a nice number, the 6. And then you have the 0, which helps bring it up even more energetically, gives it more of that. You know, you see how she's standing on one leg. I don't know how well you can see it on this little laptop. She got herself back like this. She's going on a vision quest. Well, what I seen here down here is spirit helping to balance her as she goes on this quest. So, and it's like holding her up. So spirit's with you. You guys are with you to take this vision quest. Okay, give me just a minute. Let me look at this for a minute. Seeing a gecko. Looks like a gecko. Is it a child? Child or young man? Blonde. Which seems to have something to do with the gecko. You can't really see it in here, but there's the eye right there. Let me look that up for a minute. The geckos, they can shift. Which makes sense, right? Because that's what's going on now. There's been shifting. You're shifting. But it's a little bit different than what we're used to. Okay, come on, little phone. Okay, my phone was turned off. It took a minute to come back on. Hang on. I want to check this for myself, this gecko. Seeing the gecko, their eyes, they move in different, each can move in a different direction. Which also kind of fits with it, right? 1, 2, 3. 3. That made me think of the crow. Okay, the 3. The ka. Okay. 44 just came up. Okay, so The Virgo. The gecko. Thank you. It came up Geico. What is it? Okay. Gecko, spiritual meaning and symbolism. In a positive light, geckos symbolize resilience, adaptability, and resourcefulness. Seeing a gecko can be a reminder to stay open-minded. I have to go into the site. Their ability to climb walls and ceilings with ease represents the power to overcome obstacles and challenges. In some cultures, geckos are also seen as symbols of protection and good luck, especially if one enters your home. They also, people, I had a friend who had like different little lizards in their house. They let them run free. And, they would kill the bugs and keep it bug free and all. Okay. Let's see. Those who resonate with the gecko as a spirit animal are often flexible and able to navigate through various situations with ease. They are quick thinkers and good problem solvers, able to find creative solutions to challenges. The gecko spirit animal encourages you to trust your instincts and adapt to changing circumstances. Gecko totem animal can bring about a deep connection to nature and the spiritual realm. People with the gecko as a totem animal are often good at blending in with their surroundings and can be quite secretive. They are also known for their intuition and ability to see things from different perspectives, right? Those two eyes going different ways. Gecko power animal can guide you through difficult situations and help you find hidden opportunities. It empowers you to embrace change and adapt to new environments with confidence. The gecko power animal also teaches you to trust in your instincts and remain persistent in achieving your goals. What it means if you see a gecko. If you see a gecko, it may be a sign to pay attention to the opportunities and challenges in your life. It could be a reminder to stay flexible. See, I got flex in another reading. A few readings back, I hadn't put it up. But flex came in. Okay, and adaptable to your approach to situations. Seeing a gecko may also be a message to trust your intuition and instincts in making decisions. Okay, so they have gecko's positive meaning and a positive light symbolize resilience, adaptability, and resourcefulness. Seeing the gecko can be a reminder to stay open-minded and embrace change with confidence. It may also signify good luck and protection, especially in difficult times. On the flip side, we have to read this because we have the two eyes going different directions right on the gecko. So he sees both sides, which also makes me think of balance and being fair and seeing both sides of a story. On the flip side, a gecko appearing in a negative context would indicate issues with change or being stuck in a rigid mindset. It may be a warning to be more flexible and open to new ideas. So ideas I've been getting all week. In the cards here, many paths. And being flexible to those two sides of yourself. That sorcerer and that seer and the child, your child as well, your wild woman, getting free, whether you're a man or a woman, unfreeing yourself. unbinding that yourself, untying yourself, or unblocking or moving that which keeps you still. Okay, so the rest says it's only another few to go. Indicate issues with change are being stuck in a rigid mindset. It may be a warning to be more flexible and open to new ideas. Seeing the gecko in a negative sense could also symbolize missed opportunities or challenges that need to be addressed promptly. Okay, so that's it for the gecko. So the vision quest, and do some stand still. Number 7, so you can connect. And however you connect with spirit, even if it's just laying still and relaxing. You have the vision quest. Go someplace. See the crow? He's got a little bag on his back here. Let's take a little trip somewhere. Following the moon, he's following his intuition. Let's see. I think, what else would go with these cards? We could call, let's do a spirit animal card and see what comes up. The rattle and the curse. Oh, excellent. Okay. This is on the split. Okay, this is on the split. The rattle, that's calling in spirit. Right? Calling in spirit. So calling in spirit. It's a 43. Another 7. Connection with spirit and your gifts and using your intuition and your psychic gifts and your different clairs that you have, clairaudience and all the different things, your feelings. Calling in ancestors, calling in your angels, or calling in your spirit guide, calling in your animal totems. Don't forget you have the gecko. And this one, it says curse. The curse. Hang on, here we go. See how the mouth looks like covered? He always makes me think of and this, I don't mean anything about curse or anything, but just the look. His look makes me think of Prince, the entertainer that passed away. So number 14 comes to 5, which is change. The curse is about speaking. Changing that. Whatever is keeping you blocked. And it might even be doing it, trying to keep you thinking it's saving you or keeping you, safe. And it can be something that's being brought through, our ancestors and through our line that has gone from one generation to another of not speaking, being afraid to speak. So the curse is about speaking, breaking that line in your ancestorage. Is that right? And I'm not sure, is that the right word? Ancestry, I'll just say. By speaking, by being able to speak, not being afraid to speak. Work on your throat chakra. Sing. Belt it out. Don't hurt yourself, but do it gradually or however works for you. That'll help open your heart chakra. I meant to say throat, but it came out heart chakra. So open your heart chakra too. Because obviously that one to be heard. That's also another one that's been coming out for the last few weeks. All month. At least. That's always coming out, that one, the heart chakra. But it's been coming a lot lately. The moon just came out. Moon cycles. Watch your moon cycles. Beauty way. Appreciate all the beauty. And luminous warrior. Look at that halo behind the head. A 32, which is 5, which is change. Changing that. Speak. Doesn't mean you have to speak about everything, but speak your mind, or if it's something that will help other people, or don't be scared. It also helps your ancestry, your lineage. When you start speaking, it helps heal them as well. And water. I was just thinking that when I saw the beauty way, you know, making yourself beautiful, whether you're a man or a woman, like spending time on yourself too. They always talk about this flower and how it, you know, grows from the mud and comes into this beautiful flower, and how it had such a time getting, you know, it's like a symbolic of getting up out of the mud and becoming this beautiful flower, right? Blossoming. And there's the dragonfly up above. I think that's a dragonfly. Dragonfly. And number 4. Num num. Num num, number 4. Which is that balance and foundation, and starting to build that new, feel good about yourself. And the water came up. 61, which comes to a 7 again. 7, 7, 7, 7. I think we had like 4 sevens. Which comes to 28. Which comes to 10, which is starting over. We also had the sweat lodge coming up too. You know, and just taking care and going the beauty way, taking care of yourself, take that vision quest and cleansings. Try your chakras, your throat chakra, heart chakra too came out. Take some kind of water cleansings. You may need to drink more water, especially with like the throat. Letting go of that curse. Singing like Prince, man. Prince sang. He stood up for what he had to say through his music. He saw a lot going on for a lot of other people. So maybe you look into him and some of his music and the lyrics in the music. Fire came out. It's passion. Fire that's like purification. You know, it can also do with Aries. It can do with Sagittarius, Leo. Oh, and here's the serpent, which is like the sorry, it's like the chakras, the serpent and chakras, clearing the chakras and all. So everything flows. It's another 10. Okay, so I got the rainbow in the middle world. Now that's at a 9. Sorry, the light's over there and it's like shadowed from the computer. Sorry. So this is the middle world, right? You're being in the middle right now. It's at 9. So this will help you. Maybe not doing as much of that back and forth, the corn card that I was showing before, where, you know, like going back and forth, going this way and going that way, and not being able to make up your mind. And many have made up their minds, but there's many that still haven't, because there can be so much you think about doing, and you're afraid, you know, you may miss something, which the gecko was talking about, missing opportunities to keep aware, right? So sometimes we can be confused in which way we think we're supposed to go. So we end up wasting this time going back and forth. You know, going Going up this way, going in, coming out, going up, going in, back and forth. Instead of taking one thing at a time. This too I have to learn for myself with some things, because I get so many projects going at the same time. And you know, being in the middle can be a good thing, that you can shift back and forth, but you also have to get your balance and take into consideration what it is that you want to, how you want to work it in your life. I'm not saying you have to do one or the other, but just having to bring that balance in how you do it, and what it is you want to do. And not everybody who talks like, well, this is what you got to do, they may be going through the same thing too. So I go through it because I want to do this, and then next day I want to do that. And when you're open like that, and you experience so much cool stuff, you know, what you see, even though you're healing, and that changes you too, your vibrations, your frequencies. If they're up, you want to do this. If they're down, you don't want to do that, you want to do this. So it's the rattle I brought up before, the 43, which is that one of the sevens, that's calling, and you know, rattle is shaking that, and your ancestors come, and or whoever, your angels, your peeps come in, whoever that may be, come and help you. Call on them to come help you. Okay, I'm gonna give from the Druid Animal Oracle, Philip and Stephanie Cardone. We'll pull up an animal, spirit animal, besides the gecko. Let's see what comes up. We'll keep it on the nature, natural side here. Okay. So we kind of, I don't know, it's like we switch sides with ourselves. This one way, it feels to me. You know, trading sides. We're in looking out, instead of being out looking in. Let's look in the mirror. After all that healing our inner self, where are we on the moon? I haven't noticed. New moon is the 5th December. Okay. Okay, Spirit, thank you. I'm gonna take one from the top. Oh no, I'll put it out. The adder. 2 snakes. Here I was talking about the serpent. And the chakras. Kundalini. This can bring up maybe Kundalini in mind for some. Okay, a lot of cards out. This one. See, like this one with the serpent. The adder. There's 2, and they have the eggs there. Being fertile. Snake is like rebirth, and the 2 with the eggs being fertile, and which is funny. I have 2 cards here I pulled out earlier, which funny enough was a union and solar card, and the union card number 11 and 5, change, enlightenment, change. Actually, I guess it was the other way it came out. It came out the 5 solar with the sun and all, healing, to union, 11, which will match with the moon that keeps coming out in these cards. So there's the 2. I've been getting that for the past couple weeks. Sun and moon, masculine and feminine, everything, with everything I do, masculine and feminine, balance, balance, balance. Here's like a snake here. And look at all the eggs. Fertility. Things that are being birthed. So that was very cool. And I'll do one more. Just to close it out. Is this the right one I want to do? Just as it's gifts from the goddesses. Gifts of the goddesses. It's just a cute little deck. It gives you like a daily affirmation, I guess you could say. I was excited with this one. I was like, oh, I gotta do this one. It was coming in last night. I kept feeling I've been feeling it for the past week, like something's coming in, something big's coming in, something's coming in, something's changing, something. And it's herself, as usual, but it's a different part of ourselves. Really seeing it from a different perspective now, and where the planets and the energies are all lining up now. It's just really interesting. It's inspiring to me to see what's coming up next. 2 came out. The first one, I am content in all circumstances. There's 2 eyes going up and down. Content, being content. Okay, let's see. It's hard for me to see. Use this gift whenever you notice that you're discontent with the way things are. That's how I was feeling. I was just getting I was feeling sad because I was feeling uninspired. And I was kind of, and I started doing things to make a change for myself, to change what was going on in my personal energy space. So I went out over the weekend, the past few days, and just did stuff I don't usually do. And I met people, and I'd come home each day, just grinning and smiling and feeling really good. I've been really inspired between that and the energy that were coming in, that's coming in. It says, try believing that things are the way they need. I'm sorry, let me read my own words. Hang on. Try believing that things are the way they are for a reason you do not yet know. It may not be possible to maintain this belief at all times, but strive to return to the state whenever you are feeling discontent. And then the other one. Oh, look at her. I don't know if you can see it. It looks like a crown of feathers. Being that we were doing the shaman deck, I thought that was interesting. Okay, there's that one. And the last one is, I let go of things that are no longer useful. Use this gift when you... there you go again. Use this gift when you are resisting letting go of outmoded ways of thinking and acting. The people who are taking advantage your time, energy, and other resources. If you want new people, places, things, situations, and ideas to come to you, you must make room for them in your life. Then enjoy your new freedom and know that exciting things await you. So that's what I was mentioning about. I went out and started trying to find something new, and synchronicities were happening, things that I was seeing like before getting there. Like I had done some readings for myself, and like certain things were coming up and connecting. And when I got to where these places where I was going, things were connecting with me. Like, that's why I saw that, you know, and everything was just right, just great, perfect the way it was lining up. Which, you know, was really nice when that happens, you know, right? Plus, I made a few new friends by doing it. And I helped them in their way, and helped me in my way. And so that, excuse me, I really liked that. That was a nice read. Look at that behind me. It's a flag. See them, the reflection there. What is that? That's a reflection. I was looking at that right there. It's catching my eye. See that pole? And then you had the flag flying. That was a new flag just a couple months ago, but the edges have gotten fringy from the wind. It's always the wind. But that pole, see the power box? That's a good sign. Having power, having your power for yourself. You know, that electric, magnetic power of yours. That's nice, isn't it, the breeze? Okay. Well, I hope it made sense to you, because, boy, it sure did me when I started, this all started coming together. Don't let what other people say that make you feel bad and all, or try to get you to go in certain directions that you're not feeling aligned with. And just nicely, you know, do your own thing and go on your way. What is today? Tuesday? Have a nice night. Remember your power. Bye.